Hare Krishna.
Thanks to all of you, devotees, who are wonderfully serving Srila Prabhupada ashram. Also thanks to allowing me to have an association with all of you. I'm coming after 10 years. First time after 10 years I'm coming. Because I used to come here also. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोकुलनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देव तुलसी देवी की जय। अवेद भक्तवृंद की जय। दाय गौर all glories to the Sambhava, all glories to the Sambhava, all glories to the Sambhava, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gaurang, all glories to Sri La Prabhupada.
Yes, Maharaj. Chapter 17, text 28, Canto 1.
Text 28.
Yes, Maharaj.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Anto Jayamudiraye.
Anto Jayamudiraye.
Ashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Ashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloki.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. Text 28. Iti dharmam mahim chaiva tantvaitva maharatah vishatam adade kadgham kalaye dharma etave iti dharmam mahim chaiva santvaitva maharatah vishatam adade khadgam kalaye dharma etave iti dharmam mahim chaiva santvaitva maharatah vishatmadade khadgam kalaye dharma etave iti dharmam mahim chaiva santvaitva maharatah vishatam adade khadgam kalaye dharma etave
iti dharmam mahim chaiva shantvaitva maharatah nishitam adade kvagam kala
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Santayitva maharataha.
Santayitva maharataha.
Nishatam madate kadgam.
Nishatam madate kadgam.
Alaye dharma hetave.
Alaye dharma hetave. Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Santayitva maharataha.
Santayitva maharataha.
Nishatam adade kadgam.
Nishatam adade kadgam.
Kalaye dharma hetave.
Kalaye dharma hetave.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva. Santayitva maharataha. Nishatam adade kadgam. Kalaye dharma hetave.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Santayitva maharataha.
Santayitva maharataha. Nishatam adade kadgam. Kalaye dharma hetave.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Iti dharmam mahim chaiva.
Santayitva maharataha.
Santayitva maharataha.
Nishatam adade kadgam.
Nishatam adade kadgam.
Kalaye dharma hetave.
Kalaye dharma hetave.
Words to words meaning. Iti,
Iti.
thus.
Thus.
Dharmam,
Dharmam.
the personality of religion.
The personality of religion.
Mahim,
Mahim.
the earth.
The earth.
Cha,
Cha.
also.
Also.
Eva,
Eva.
as.
As.
Shantvaitva,
Shantayitva.
after pacifying.
After pacifying.
Maharataha,
Maharataha.
the general,
General.
who could fight alone
Could fight alone
with thousands of enemies.
With thousands of enemies.
Shatam,
Nishatam.
Sharp.
Adade,
Adade.
took up.
Took up.
Kadgham,
Kadgham.
sword.
Sword.
Kalaye,
Kalaye.
to kill the personality Kali.
Kill the personality of Kali.
Adharma,
Adharma.
religion.
Irreligion.
Hetave, the root cause.
Root cause.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhupada.
Maharaja Parikshit, who could fight 1,000 enemies single-handedly, thus pacified the personality of religion and earth. Then he took up his sharp sword to kill the personality of Kali, who is the cause of all irreligion. Please repeat after me responsibly. Maharaja Parikshit,
Maharaja Parikshit,
who could fight
could fight
1,000 enemies
1,000 enemies
single-handedly,
single-handedly,
thus
thus
pacified the personality of religion
pacified the personality of religion
and earth.
and the earth.
Then he took up his sharp sword
Then he took up his sharp sword
to kill the personality of Kali,
to kill the personality of Kali,
who is the cause of all irreligion.
who is the cause of all irreligion.
Purport. As described above, the personality of Kali is he who deliberately commit all kinds of sinful acts which are forbidden in the revealed scriptures. This age of Kali will certainly be full of all activities of Kali, but this does not mean that the leaders of society, the executive heads, the learned and intelligent men, or above all the devotees of the Lord should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of the age of Kali. In the rainy season, certainly there will be profuse rainfalls, but does not mean that men should not take means to protect themselves from rain. It is the duty of the executive heads of the state and others to take all necessary action against the activities of Kali or persons influenced by the age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit is the ideal executive head of the state, for at once he was ready to kill the personality of Kali with his sharp sword. The administrators should not simply pass a resolution for anti-corruption steps, but they must be ready with a sharp sword to kill the persons creating corruption from the angle of vision of recognized Shastra. The administrator cannot prevent corrupt activity by allowing wine shops. They must at once close all shops of intoxication, drugs and wine, and force punishment even by death for those indulged in habit of intoxication for description. That is the way of stopping the activities of Kali, as repeated herein by Maharaja Parikshit, the Maharaja. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Staptam Yena Bhutale Sarvapakadami Dadati Sakudati Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sargana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajiva Advaitam Savarutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sargana Lalita Sri Shakamatam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinavandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasite Devathanamami Hare Priya Vancha Kalpaliveta Kripāsindhu Patitānam Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Iti dharmam mayim chaiva sāntvaitva mahārataha nishatam ādade kadgam kalaye dharmam etave. Translation: Maharaja Parikshit, who could fight 1,000 enemies single-handedly, thus pacified the personality of religion and the earth. Then he took up a sharp sword to kill the personality of Kali, who is the cause of all religion. As described above, the personality of Kali is he who deliberately commit all kinds of sinful acts which are forbidden in the revealed scriptures. This age of Kali will certainly be full of all activities of Kali. But this does not mean the leaders of society, executive heads, the learned and intelligent men, or above all the devotees of the Lord, should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of the age of Kali. In the rainy season, certainly there will be profuse rainfall, but does not mean that men should not take means to protect themselves from the rain. It is the duty of the executive head of the state, others, to take all necessary action against the activities of Kali or the person influenced by the age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit is the ideal executive head of the state, for at once he was ready to kill the personality of Kali with his sharp sword. The administrators should not simply pass resolution for anti-corruptional steps, but they must be ready with a sharp sword to kill the persons creating corruption from angle of vision of recognized Shastra. The administrator cannot prevent corrupt activities by allowing wine shops. They must at once close all the shops of intoxicating drugs and wine and force punishment, even by death, for those indulge in habit of intoxication of all description. That is the way stopping the activities of Kali, as exhibited here in Maharaja Parikshit, the Maharaja. So here Prabhupada giving us instruction that although the age of Kali, full of activities of Kali, Prabhupada said that does not mean that the leaders of society, executive heads, the learned and intelligent men, and above all, devotees of the Lord, should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of the age of Kali. Since here Prabhupada instructing to the devotees, here Prabhupada said that all the devotees of the Lord should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of Kali. So we all know about this millennium. There are four ages that is explained in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Chapter 1, question by the sages, text 21. Kalim Agatam Adnaya Kshetrestin Vaishnavi Vayam Asina Dirga Satrena Katayam Sakshana Hare. Knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead and in this way perform sacrifice. So please all you repeat about this translation. Knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead. And in this way perform sacrifice. So this is very, very relishable. Srimad Bhagavatam. The same process Prabhupada recommended every day, regularly in all our ISKCON temples. After an hour, 45 minutes, we discuss on Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, this age of Kali is not at all suitable for self-realization, as was Satyuga. The golden age, or Treta, or Dwapara Yugas, the silver and copper ages. For self-realization, the people in Satyuga living a lifetime of 100,000 years were able to perform prolonged meditation. And in Treta Yuga, when the duration of life was 10,000 years, self-realization was attained by performance of great sacrifice. And in Dwapara Yuga, when the duration of life was 1,000 years, self-realization was attained by worship of the Lord. But in Kali Yuga, the maximum duration of life is 100 years only, and that combined with the various difficulties. The recommended process of self-realization is that of hearing and chanting of the holy name, fame and pastimes of the Lord. The sages of Naimisharana began this process in a place meant specifically for the devotees of the Lord. They prepared themselves to hear the pastimes of the Lord over a period of 1,000 years. By the example of these sages, one should learn that regularly hearing and recitation of Bhagavatam, the only way for self-realization. Other attempts are simply waste of time, for they do not give any tangible results. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached the system of Bhagavad Dharma, and he recommended that all those who were born in India should take the responsibility of broadcasting the message of Lord Sri Krishna. Primarily the message of Bhagavad Gita. When one is well established in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, he can take up the study of Srimad Bhagavatam for further enlightenment in self-realization.
Which verse is that, Maharaja? Which chapter? 121.
Canto 1, chapter 1, text 21.
Okay, 121.
The next sloka also is very much connected to the self-realization. I would like to read that. Tamna sandarshito datra dustaram nistirishtam kalim sattva haram pumsam karnadhara ivanapam. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as a captain of ship for those who desire to cross difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of human being. Please repeat after me. We think that
We think that
we have met your goodness
we have met you
by the will of providence,
by the will of providence,
just so that
just so that
we may accept you
we may accept you
as a captain of ship
as captain of the ship
for those who desire
for those who desire
to cross the difficult ocean of Kali,
to cross the difficult ocean of Kali,
which deteriorates
which deteriorates
all the good qualities of human being.
all the good qualities of human beings.
The purport: the age of Kali is very dangerous for human being. Human life simply meant for self-realization. But due to this dangerous age, many have completely forgotten the aim of life. In this age, the lifespan will gradually decrease. People will gradually lose their memory, finer sentiments, strength, and better qualities. A list of the anomalies for this age is given in the 12th canto of this work. And so this age is very difficult for those who want to utilize this life for self-realization. The people are so busy with sense gratification that they completely forget about self-realization. Out of madness, they frankly say that there is no need for self-realization because they do not realize that this brief life is but a moment on our great journey towards self-realization. The whole system of education is geared to sense gratification. And if a learned man thinks it over, he sees that the children of the age are being intentionally sent to the slaughterhouses of the so-called education. Learned men therefore must be cautious of this age. If they at all want to cross over the ocean of dangerous ocean of Kali, they must follow the footsteps of the sages of Naimisharanya and accept Srila Sutta Goswami or his bona fide representative as the captain of ship. The ship is the message of Lord Sri Krishna in the shape of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is one sense since we have been practicing since years together, also only by the mercy, in other words, only by surrendering to the bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, we can, cross over this ocean of Kali, the dangerous age of Kali. There is no other way. Here it is explaining that in the Sri Shopanishad, third sloka, Asurya namate loka andena tamasavita tamaste pratyabhigachanti eke chakma anojana. That means this is a text, mantra 3, Sri Shopanishad, mantra 3. You can all say translation. The killer of the soul,
The killer of the soul,
whoever he may be,
whoever he may be,
must enter into the planets
into the planets
known as
known as
the world of faithless,
the world of faithless,
full of darkness
full of darkness
and ignorance.
and ignorance.
So, we have the book, it's called Science of Self-Realization. Also, we have a book, of course, Discover Yourself, or Self-Discovery. That is not complete of self-realization. Prabhupada says, knowing yourself is not complete understanding of self-realization. Self-realization means to know ourselves as well as to know the Supreme Self or Supreme Personality of Godhead and our relation with the Supreme Lord. That is actually meaning of complete self-realization. So it is a great science. Only by the causeless mercy of the our ISKCON founder Acharya, Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their causeless mercy. Prabhupada came to the Western world to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, it is a great science. For example, I just would like to say that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that about the soul in Bhagavad Gita, that chapter 2, text 29, this is a very, very famous sloka. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschid enam ascharyavat vadadat tataiva chaiva ascharyavat chaina anya srunoti srutvapi enam vedana kachaiva kaschid. Some look at the soul as amazing. Some describe him as amazing. Some hear of him as amazing, while others even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. But I would like to say that, we have been joined in this Hare Krishna movement in so many reasons or so many, our own understanding, we come and contact with this movement. But actually our movement is based on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada always emphasized to read, very nicely, carefully, attentively, with all seriousness, try to understand Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada always said, our movement is not sentimental movement. We have to deep study. We have to become very sincere and serious. Like I tell about myself, joining the movement. I joined in 1973 in Hyderabad, out of sentiment and out of some faith in the Supreme, and practicing whatever. The time came, I was recommended for initiation. And I don't know what is initiation, nothing. I got it, Then after 6 or 1 year, then I got second initiation. But I don't know anything about all about these initiations. 1975 in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram temple, second initiation took place. And we were worshipping the deities Radha Madan Mohan, like Gaudita Sen and Jagannath Baladev. In this area, I was always engaged in some sort of service, devotional service. But I have no idea about what is Bhagavad Gita and what is Bhagavatam. That is the beginning, not many devotees, only most they. Anyway, one Tatpur Swami is one of our god brother. He passed away, he was a sannyas, he took sannyas. He used to force me to read all the time. That's what the point I was trying to explain that. So we have to study deep, study on this Gita and Bhagavatam. That is the main point I tried to bring it out, Then I started reading Sri Ishopanishad. Then I was reading the Prabhupada's lecture, Conveyal in London, 1965. Ladies and gentlemen, the title was Teachings of the Vedas. So what I'm trying to say that, then that is these three things are very, very important. Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. Guru teaches disciples what is in the scriptures. Where everybody can realize the position of Srila Prabhupada. That's what he did around the world. Whatever he did it, whatever we are doing, this is all shown by Prabhupada. So he taught. That is the position of the Acharya, who teaches by his example. And sadhu, like we devotees, Vaishnavas, Prabhupada made us devotee Vaishnava sadhus. We speak, what we learn from the bona fide spiritual master about the Shastra. We repeat what the Shastra says, what we heard from the bona fide spiritual master. That is the way we become enlightened in self-realization. So what I try to say, that here Prabhupada explained that in the second paragraph of this purport, some people are inclined to hear about the soul, maybe attending lectures in good association, but sometimes owing to ignorance, they are misguided by acceptance of the super soul and atomic soul as the one without distinction of magnitude. It is very difficult to find a man who perfectly understands the position of the soul and the super soul, atomic soul, and their respective functions, relationships, and all other major and minor details. It is still more difficult to find a man who has actually derived full benefit from knowledge of the soul, who is able to describe the position of the soul in different aspects. But if somehow or other one is able to understand the subject matter of soul, then one's life is successful. The easiest process for understanding the subject matter of self, however, is to accept the statement of Bhagavad Gita spoken by the greatest authority, Lord Krishna, without being deviated by other theories. But it also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones, before one is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. However, be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way. So this is the way of understanding, Krishna consciousness, self-realization. Recently I was in Atlanta, then I was in Sunday speaking, I was talking about self. Then I was asking the audience, what is meant by self? Self means to know yourself, but that is not complete. Self means actually self-realization means God realization. Just now we read, right? Prabhupada explaining the 4 ages: Satyuga, meditation, Uttaya Jayata Vishnu, Tretayam Yadate Make, Dwapare Parchalyayam, Kalotata Hari Kirtana. In Satyuga meditation recommended, same result we get by sincerely, with all seriousness, without offense, chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Many places Prabhupada says about without offense. That is very difficult. We take it like, now it becomes like a family business, chanting Hare Krishna, right? No, but we have to take many precautions. The 10 offenses are very, very important. Chanting Hare Krishna, not so difficult nowadays, right? Any difficult? Everybody chants. But difficult is chanting without offense. Because our ego is there, so many things. That is, it is very much recommended to always listen. Sadhu. We have to listen. Because Prabhupada gives so much philosophy, so everybody knows this philosophy. So sometimes when you say that this is not correct, they don't care. I observed that. For example, like chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. People also ask, right? I did not bring my bead bag. Right? People ask, what is this bag? Why you wear a bag, And Prabhupada gave the answer to this. Right? to keep it pure, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. We don't put it outside. The mantra is inside and do not contaminate it become holy. Just one reason I'm trying to say. Similarly, like sometimes devotees, mostly, they're wearing the Hare Krishna shirt, complete mantra, that is stitched, the mantra also stitched, cut, that is also not correct. Right? I always try to correct this, the devotees. Recently in Alachua also one devotee wearing the Hare Krishna mantra is an initiated devotee. I said this is not proper. When you are going down, falling on the floor, or when you are going to bathroom, toilet, right? It's a good understanding. But devotee don't know. Not many, they do that. And the Hare Krishna mantra, they wear, up to knees. Generally, like we even put tilak only on the top, right? Hare Krishna mantra on the top, right? Om Sri Keshavaya Namah, holy name. Om Sri Narayana Namah. Somebody may put here, Hare Krishna mantra nowadays like they have a, but that is not correct, right? Offense, If you put Hare Krishna mantra here, the sign, So what I'm trying to say that, so these are all we have to be, respect to the mantra. Kali Yuga, this holy name is the everything. All the acharyas came to distribute this holy name. There was a nice about the mantra in a Sri Vaishnava Acharya was giving, that one disciple of a spiritual master, he was serving him so nicely, then he gave the mantra, you can go and chant this mantra. Then he went to going back to his house and chanting Ram Ram, something. On the way, there was a, dead body they are carrying and saying that people are chanting Ram Nam Satya Hai. That is a tradition, This dead body is inauspicious, and they are chanting this mantra. What mantra my Guru Maharaj gave this, he was feeling very guilty, Then he went back to the Guru and said that, it's so cheap mantra, everybody knows already, Anyway, I'm just briefly explaining, So to test him, the disciple, he knows what is a mean. Then he gave one nice, wonderful diamond, very, very costly one. And told his disciple, go out and try to sell it. But don't sell, but you can give the price. So he went to different places. A person saw, it's like a paperweight, So he was, that person asking how much you want to give this. He just 1 rupee or 2 rupees, $2, whatever he says. Anyway, he said that my Guru Maharaj told not to sell. So he went further. Other person saw, it is more valuable than just not paperweight. So he giving more money, wanted to give more money. Then he went further, one who had all the jewels and they are good into that. So they know this is a very good, it's a valuable diamond, this is it. And they wanted to, he was asking how much I can give, then I can take it. Then they found it. They told that they know this, the value of this diamond, but they were accusing him that you have stolen somewhere. It is king's diamond. So they tried to prosecute, they. So they took him, same to the king, and king is the disciple of that guru. So someone has come to know that he is, they have understood this. So what I am trying to say, the mantra, value of the mantra should know. That's what nicely explained actually. I could not, every time we have to hear, we forget. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very, very important. That is when we are initiated, we are always asking, what are the 10 offenses? So these 10 offenses, not only saying, but we have to guard, right? Every day sometimes some other places they don't do. Some places we do regularly, 10 offenses we recite. That is not enough, but we have to be careful when you are with the Vaishnava, when you are with the Guru, when you are with the Sannyasi, when you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So what I am trying to say that, so the Mahamantra has so much potency. So I will finish up this just few minutes. So self-realization in Kali Yuga is Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. It is explained and there is no other way. Anybody want to cross over the ocean of Kali, and this is recommended process is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So that is also mentioned, no Bahu Janma Parisravana Kirtana. You may be chanting life after life. Still you will not love God. It says. Why? Niraparada. Krishna Premadana. Only when you chant offenselessly, that love of God will awaken. So that is the main thing. So Prabhupada is cause that is all the acharyas, they are praising the holy name. That's what Prabhupada says, in Kali Yuga, this is only process. Regularly hearing, chanting the holy name of the Lord, fame, activities, quality, we have to discuss. And sadhana bhakti, like morning and evening, is recommended very much. Devotees. When you worship the Lord, everything is related. Even the pujari may be dressing, arati doing, that is not enough. This is also recommended. This is related to the Supreme Lord. We are discussing Bhagavatam to please the Lord. Lord is very pleased. This is one of the, just like you are offering bhoga to please the Lord, said, please. Similarly, hearing Bhagavatam, speaking Bhagavatam, they are hearing. For their pleasure we discuss. Not that we know something we speak. That is the nectar of devotion mentioned, that every day we should hear Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada instituted this. Morning we discuss Bhagavatam and evening Bhagavad Gita. for the devotee. Anyway, so here the Udila Aruna, Bhaktivinoda Thakur so nicely explaining about the holy name, right? How important the holy name is. Yeah. Here it says that Lord Chaitanya called out the town folk. You spend your nights uselessly sleeping, your day decorating your bodies. Now just fill your mouth with the holy names. Mukunda, Bolo, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, chanting without offense. Interesting, here it is explained. Maybe he did not mention in the song, right? But we translated and Prabhupada accepted his book, Achyutananda, recently I saw him. You all know Achyutananda Swami was the first for India preaching in this. I met him, I talked to him, because I was eager to see him. He made me devotee. South India used to come and be lecturers. So here it is explaining. With every rising and setting of the sun, the day passes and lost. When then do the remain idle, not serve the Lord in the heart. You should understand this essential fact. Life is temporary, filled with various kinds of miseries. Therefore, carefully take shelter of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So important. Take shelter of the holy name. Remain always engaged in his service as your eternal occupation. Desiring to bless all living entity, the sweet name of Krishna has descended to this material universe. Shines like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. So, all the acharyas, whether Sri Vaishnava acharyas or Gaudiya Vaishnava, they all came into this material world to glorify the holy name of the Lord, to give the holy name. Okay, I'll stop here. So many things we can discuss, but this is okay, enough particular. Any question, any discussion? Yeah.
So the holy name is like Maharaja Parikshit's sword.
Right. It says no, sadhanera madhya navavida bhakti. For self-realization there is a sadhana, practice. There are so many practices, karma, jnana, yoga, all different practices for sadhana, for self-realization. But it says that sadhanera madhya navavida bhakti. The best process of self-realization, 9 kinds of devotional service. That is Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarana. Very interesting. Gaudiya Vaishnava is so wonderful literature, but wonderful statements. Every word, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda, whoever, they all realized souls. They came to this world by the order of the Lord to give this message to all of us. So he said the sadhanera madhya navavida bhakti. Tara madhya sarva sreshta. Again, out of now 9 kinds of devotional service, chanting the holy name. Tara madhya sarva sreshta nama sankirtana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Tara madhya sarva sreshta nama. Niraparada. Radha means Radha is very, very worshipping Krishna. That is why we worship Radha Krishna. Radha is the embodiment of worship, of lover of Krishna. That is why Krishna also loves Radharani, because Radharani loves Krishna. Nobody can love Krishna as much Radharani loves. That is the day we worship Radha Krishna. So, anyway, so Niraparada. Aparada means without Radha you cannot. That is the Prabhupada says. The Mayavadis sometimes they worship Krishna alone. But Vaishnava never recommended to worship alone Krishna. We always worship Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram, Radha Krishna. Okay, any other? Bolo Patita Srila Prabhupada ki, Sisi Gautita ki, Radha Radha Kanta ki.
Thank you so much for your nice lecture.